Assalamu alaikum and a very good morning to all of you. Grade 1, how are you all doing? Great. That's very good. Yes, I'm also good. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. In today's class, we will be continuing with the concept that we started in our last class, that is more or few concept, right? So, in the last class, I told you that what does we understand or what does the meaning of these terms more or few, right? And then we also linked it with our one of our previous topic, that was less than or greater than concept, right? We did an example of apples. Today we will be doing the example of apples again, but in a different way, and then we will first revise the concept and then we will do the exercise of related to it in the book. Okay, so let's say you have two apples with you in your lunchbox, and you're sitting in the break time, and two of your friends join you, right? Now you have only two apples, and you are sitting with your best friend. And previously, two apples were enough for both of you, right? Now, two other people have joined you, so you will be needing two more apples, right? So when you will be saying that you need two more apples, this means that what you will be doing now, the number of the apples have been increased. Previously, they were only two, right? Now you have added two more into them, and the total number is four. So what does we understand by the term more? This means that adding something into it, right? We have added two more into this, and now we have more apples, right? So when we add something into the previous one, we have, as a result, we have more number of items or greater number of items, right? If we talk about these numbers, previously you have two number of apples, now you have four. So four is basically greater than two. Am I right? 4 is greater than 2, right? Why 4 is greater? Because the number 4 means that this have one, 2, 3, and 4 things. The value of this digit is this, and the value of this digit is only 2. This means that this digit contains more number of items than this digit. Are you getting my point? So when we say that somebody have more number of items or somebody have more things, this means that the number of items or the number of things that the person have are greater than the other person. Got it? So the every digit, every number have a value attached to it. Let's say when we say number 4, so we have these number of items in it. When we say number 2, we have this number of items in it, right? So the values of the numbers, they tells us about that whether the number is greater than or less than the other number, right? So as we discussed it in our last class as well, that this concept is very much similar to the greater than or less than concept, right? Now what is greater than or less than concept? That let's say we have two numbers, the one is 4 and the other one is 6, right? Now, one number is greater than the other number. Why one number is greater than the other number? Because let's say by 6 we means that this have this much balls, and we say 4, so this boy have this much balls. So this number have more value or more number of items. That is why 6 is greater than 4. And while you are using the signs, the open part of this crocodile mouth is towards the greater number, or the number which has the highest value, right? So now this concept is how this concept is similar to more or few concept, that the number which is greater have more number of items, and the number which is smaller have few or less number of items. Are you getting my point? So in this way, both of these concepts are similar to each other. Now revise this example in the other way. Let's say previously you have four number of apples. You took four number of apples for your four friends in your lunchbox to the school. But when you reached the school, you found out that two of them are absent, right? You have four apples, but two of them are absent. Two of your friends are absent. So now you don't need four apples anymore, right? So you want somebody to take two out of them. So this means that when somebody will minus or subtract 2 from this, you will be remaining with only 2 apples. So this means that what we are basically doing when we are subtracting something, this means that we will get the fewer number of concept, or how it is related to less number of, that previously you have 4 and the number 4 is higher or greater. Why? Because it has more value, that we have this number of items. Now because you have divided 2 out of them, now subtracting. So subtracting mean that, let's say, remove these 2 apples from there. So previously you have 4 number of objects. Now when we have subtracted 2 out of them, we are left with only 2 number of objects, right? And this value or this number is smaller than the previous number. So that is why how fewer or less than is related to this, that in fewer concept, when we are left with less number of objects or less things, that is known as fewer number of objects, right? So, is there any confusion? Any question that you want to ask related to this? Okay, so I'm going to share the screen with you. There is this video related to less than and greater than concept that will help you understand this concept in a better way. I'm going to share the screen. You will show me a thumbs up if it is visible to you or not, okay? Okay, great.
Hello children, how are you today? Today we will learn about less than and greater than numbers. So let's start. Less than also has a symbol and greater than has a symbol like that. One donut, two donuts, three donuts. Oh, one chocolate donut, two chocolate donuts, three and four chocolate donuts. So we have 1, 2 and 3 plain donuts and 1, 2, 3, 4 chocolate donuts. So 3 is less than 4 or 4 is greater than 3. Both things apply here. Less than and greater than.
Okay, so you have seen that in the video the same concept was retold, that when we have more number of objects, that is called as more. When we have, or when we have greater number of objects, we call that thing as more. And when the place or the person who have less number of objects, we call it as few, right? So now I want all of you to open your book, page number 35. There is this small exercise or the practice activities that are left that we will be completing today, and then we will be start with the new topic, okay? So look at the very first question on page number 35, okay? There are two rods of the fishes given. In the first rod, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and 13 number of fishes, right? And on the rod B, we have only 5 number of fishes, right? And the question is, or the blank is, rod A has dash more fishes than rod B. Let's say you have, now consider it in this way. Look at the board. Consider it as two rods. On first you have, consider them as fishes, okay? On the A we have a total of 13 fishes, and on the B we have only 5 fishes, right? So it says that how many fishes are more in rod A than rod B. So first what will you do? You will make a cross and cancel all the fishes that are in both, right? Now count the remaining fishes that are in rod A. How many of them are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are left with 8 fishes, right? So rod A has how many more fishes than rod B? 8 fishes, right? So you will be writing number 8 over there. Look at the next one. Rod B has dash fewer fishes than rod A. Now the question is posed again with a different statement, but the answer would be same. It has 8 fewer fishes than rod A, right? So the answer in both blanks would be 8. All of you are done. Should we move forward? Okay, great. Now look at the trees. There are two trees which are in front of you, and the first and both of trees have stars on it, okay? So on the first one, you have count the number of stars on the first one and tell me how many of them are there. 9. Excellent. And how many stars are there on the second tree? Only 5. Excellent. So tree A has how many stars? 9. Great. Tree B has how many stars? 5. Excellent. Tree A has how many more stars than B? So what you will be doing? Excellent. You will be minusing or subtracting this number from this, right? So you will be subtracting 9 from 5, and the answer is 4. Or you can do the same practice that we did in the case of fishes, that cross the number of stars that are present in both. Let's say cross these all which are on the left hand side, and then count how many of them are on right hand side and write their number over there, okay? The second thing is tree B has dash fewer stars than tree A, so the answer would be the same as which were more in tree A, right? And the answer is number 4. Excellent. So now we are done with this topic. There is more or fewer concept, and when we say more or somebody has more number of objects, this means that the number is greater than the other number, right? And the other person who has few number of objects, this means that he or she has the less number of objects, right? So that was all for today. We are done with this topic, and inshallah from tomorrow class onward we will be doing a new topic. So, what is your home assignment that you are supposed to revise the concept, do practice it at your home? And if you have any confusion, you can ask me in the next class. Share this video with others. Do good and have good. I'll be seeing you in the next class. Take care. Allah Hafiz.